Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the channel, my friends. I'm your Liege Lord, the Godless Gamer, and today we're doing something special. We're starting a new series. This is something that I've had on the back burner for quite a while. I've been meaning to do a series like this, but I just never got around to it, but we're doing it now. We're diving back into Bannerlord, but this time with a twist. We're using the Realm of Thrones mod, which just basically takes Bannerlord and Game of Thrones and smashes them together, which is really perfect. I'm like a kid at Christmas right now. I'm really excited for this series. I see a lot of potential for the series because I see a lot of my CK3 viewers who watched my Game of Thrones series on CK3, and my Bannerlord fans like coming together for one series. So I have a lot of high hopes for this series. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I am. Like, I'm raring to go already. So let's go into the realm. Now, as far as what mods I'm using, I'm not just using the Realm of Thrones mod. I have other mods going on in the background as well. If you saw my other Bannerlord Let's Play, you know which mods I'm using. I'm using most of the same ones. But for those who don't know, or for those who are interested, I always I always post my mods in the description of the video, just in case you want to use that mod yourself. You know what I mean? So all of that is in the description. This is going to be on the longer side in terms of videos because the first episode is always long. We have to get through the character creator and all that kind of stuff, but this is not going to be the normal length. I want to aim for about an hour per episode, which is what I normally try to do with my videos. But let's get through the character creator. I already know what I'm going to do, so that'll speed things up. But I do want to point out that as opposed to the Bannerlord cultures where there's only 6, this one has almost 30. There's almost 30 different cultures, and I was very tempted to choose certain ones. Like, I was very tempted to choose Valyrian, or be a wildling, or you could be a White Walker too. Like, there's a lot of cool cultures you can choose from, but I'm not going to do any of those because I'm taking inspiration from my CK3 series. We're going to recreate House Fairgrave, and House Fairgrave were Westermen. They were from the West. Their capital was in the Westerlands. So if I want to make House Fairgrave again, we need to be a Westerman. Now, all the cultures, there are mostly aesthetic differences between all the cultures because each culture has its own like soldier tree and they all have their own unique armor and stuff depending on which culture they're from. So if you hire soldiers from the Iron Islands, they're going to have a certain look to their armor. Or if you hire soldiers from the north, they're going to have a certain look to their armor. Same goes with the Reachmen or the Rivermen or the Stormlands. So there's an aesthetic difference to all the cultures, of course, just like in Bannerlord. But the other difference is the bonuses that they give you, and the different cultures determine where you're going to start on the map, like where the game throws you onto the map. So if we start as Westermen, it's going to throw us close to Casterly Rock in Lannisport, and our bonus is going to be plus 10% production bonus to villages that are bound to castles. Now, I'm not a big fan of this bonus because I don't get to value a lot from it early in the game because I don't have a castle yet. I'm starting off as a nobody. So until we get castles, we won't really get to benefit from this. I'm jealous of the Ironborn bonus. Recruiting and upgrading infantry troops are 25% cheaper. So that's the kind of bonus that's valuable early in the game and late in the game. Like, I'm always recruiting and upgrading infantry. So I'm very jealous of their bonus, but for role-playing purposes, we're not being Ironborn. We're being Westermen. So yet again, we're starting the game under the domain of Tywin Lannister, and in the shadow of Casterly Rock. But actually, let me go through the list just so you guys can see all the different cultures. You can even be a member of the Night's Watch. All right, let's hit next. This is going to be the shortest character creator in history because I already know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mess with a few things. I made this joke in my last Bannerlord series. No matter how much I edit this guy's face, he's still going to be ugly. He's going to be ugly forever. So I'm not going to bother messing with his face. It's pointless. The only thing I'm going to do is bring his nose out a little bit. He has a tiny nose. We want to get him to a decent height. Not as tall as the mountain. Like, this is mountain height. Let's do something like this. I want to be formidable looking in battle and stuff, but we're not going to be a giant. Let's do something like that. And then, of course, we're going to be Hercules. Huge muscles. Alright, I messed with the eyes. I messed with the nose. All we need to do is mess with the hair now. Now, I want him to look as close as I can to Robert Fairgrave, my starting character in CK3. And he had longer hair, so I'm going to go with this. And he had a full beard. Like this. This is a very Jon Snow haircut, but this is the one I'm choosing. There aren't that many choices, to be completely honest. And Robert Fairgrave had a longer hairstyle. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're doing this. Okay, that's all I need to do. Shortest character creator in history. Now we just need to determine our skill points and our attribute points. And I already know which ones I'm going to choose, so we'll just do this really quickly. When I was born into a family of cavalrymen of the West. So polearm skill, riding skill, scouting skill. As a child, I was noted for my skill with horses. More into riding, an endurance attribute point, and then a medicine point, which is really cool. I don't value that too much because I'm eventually going to hire somebody to be my surgeon, and they will be the ones that have to have a really high medicine skill. But I'll take it. Alright, and then as a child, we herded the sheep. A focus point into athletics, and then a focus point into throwing, and then an attribute point into control. In my youth, I trained with the cavalry. Now we have 5 focus points in riding and 4 focus points in polearm. Arguably 2 of my favorite skills. And then another attribute point into endurance. And then we defeated an enemy in battle as a young adult. +1 focus point to one-handed. +1 focus point to two-handed. And then 1 attribute point into vigor. And then choosing this gives us valor as a trait. And then our starting age, I was debating on whether or not I should start at 20 or 30. But according to the game, being 30 is when you're at your prime. And I'm in my 30s, so I want to think and I want to believe that I'm still in my prime. So we'll start at 30. And the benefit at starting at 30 as opposed to 20 is that if you start at 30, you get an additional few points to allocate at the start of the game. That represents like the extra experience that you got in those 10 years, I guess. So when we start the game, we'll get some additional points that we can allocate. And I still want to be young and in my prime, so we're starting at 30. And since I want to recreate our sigil from CK3 as closely as possible, our sigil's supposed to be a lighthouse. And this is the most lighthousey thing that I could find out of all of these. I went through all of these to try to search, and this is the best we got. We have to use our imaginations a little bit and just pretend that this is a lighthouse. I mean, it's shaped like a lighthouse. I mean, it essentially is a lighthouse. But that's what our sigil was in CK3, a lighthouse, and this is the best I could get. And then our colors are going to be the darkest blue that I could get. It's like a Prussian blue. And then that's that. Our family name is Fairgrave. And then my name is Robert. In real life and in the game. And then I think I'm going to do the same exact difficulty that I did in my first Bannerlord Let's Play. Unless you guys really rip me apart in the comments and accuse me of being like a coward or whatever, I don't really care. I'm not trying to impress you with my skills. I'm just trying to have fun, you know? So we'll start at Warrior, and if I get enough heat in the comments, we can always just switch to Bannerlord later, because I can always change that. But for now, we're going to start at Warrior. Alright, that's everything. So once it throws us onto the map... Oh, here we go. Let's take a minute just to appreciate the modders' hard work, because they modeled a lot of the settlements. Here's Casterly Rock. And I will say this. I prefer the CK3 version of Casterly Rock, because that version is like a much taller promontory. It's like a much taller thing that the castle is on, and it's much cooler looking in my opinion, but this one's pretty cool too. So there's Casterly Rock. Here's Fair Castle. This is where we started our CK3 campaign. This was our starting capital. We started in Fair Castle, and we started on Fair Island. Brings back memories. We'll take a look at a few of the other settlements. I really like Pike. I like how it looks. It looks almost exactly like it does in the show. And then, of course, we'll take a look at the Wall, and we'll look at Winterfell. I hope I don't get content ID'd. I think the Wall looks really cool. It has all of the little posts along the wall on the top. And they even did the elevator. Castle Black. The Ramsay Bolton. The Dreadfort. Alright, we looked at Winterfell. Here's the Eyrie. I don't know where the moon door is supposed to be, but I don't see a moon door. Maybe it's underneath this, because I think this is the Grand Throne Room that we saw constantly in the show. And then maybe the moon door is underneath it. I don't know. We have to use our imagination. Alright, Dragonstone, one of my favorite castles. This is where Stannis Baratheon's hold up. Oh yeah, by the way, the timeline. This is like the very end of Season 1 of Game of Thrones. This is the timeline. We're like right at the start of the War of the Five Kings. So Stannis Baratheon is alive and he controls Dragonstone, which is really cool looking. And then Joffrey is ruling in King's Landing. There's the Dragon Pit, and here's the Sept of Baelor. Storm's End. What are some other ones? Oh yeah, Highgarden and Old Town. We have to look at the Citadel. So this is Highgarden. Here's Old Town. I wish we had gotten to see Old Town a little bit more in the show, because you don't really see Old Town that much. The only time you see it... Well, actually, you might see it a couple times, but the one that I remember is the shot of Sam and Gilly on the cliff, and then in the distance you can see the whole city in its glory. But then for the rest of the show, we just see the inside of the Citadel, so we don't really get to explore Old Town in the show that much, which kind of bummed me out, because I like Old Town. It's cool. And then we'll take a look at Marine, or we'll take a look at Essos. We have to look at the Titan of Braavos. We're looking at all the wonders of Westeros and Essos. I could have started as a Braavosi if I wanted. Alright, where's Daenerys? She's all the way over here in Marine. So she controls Marine. She doesn't control Astapor or Yunkai currently. And she hasn't renamed Slaver's Bay to Dragon Bay yet. Or Dragon's Bay, or whatever she names it to. But she does control Marine right now. Oh yeah, here's Old Valyria. What else? Mir. Pentos. Where's Pentos? Are you Lys? Isn't this where Varys is from? I think this is where the spider, Lord Varys, is from Lys. I think so. Where the hell is Pentos? Oh, here it is. Alright, and we're going to have plenty of time throughout our campaign to visit the sites. I'm sure we're going to do a lot of traveling in our lifetime. And just look how big the map is compared to the regular Bannerlord map. It's like 3 times the size. I think Essos alone is about the size of the Bannerlord map. So this is just a massive map. River run. So yeah, just again, really good job, modders. If you're listening, really, really good job. I appreciate it. Alright, we've done our exploring. Now let's talk about what we need to do. Now, I have the benefit and I have the advantage of knowing things ahead of time because I did play for an hour. And when I did play, when I did my test campaign, there was a tournament going on in Lannisport, and I'm hoping that's still the case. Because that would be a great way to make some early money. And to be completely honest, guys, we're not going to do a lot of traveling initially. We're pretty much going to be limited to, like, hanging around here. Because Westeros is really, really dangerous, and there are criminal bands that are really well-equipped and really scary. Like, there are criminal bands wandering Westeros that have, like, a bunch of cavalry, and if I came up against that right now, I'm screwed. Like, there's nothing I could do about that. So we need to stay by major settlements and just try to make money the best way we can. Targeting bandit groups that I think we can handle. So we'll try to stay local. We'll stay in our home territory. This is our home turf, so we'll stick around for a while. In the meantime, we'll try to build a decent-sized party. I'm starting on foot. I don't have a horse. All we have to start is the shirt on our backs, the shoes on our feet, and then a really bad spear. Oh yeah, and a sword that I have on my civilian outfit that we need to move over. This way we have a primary and a secondary weapon on our combat outfit. So since I have nothing, I can't fight anybody. Like, there's no way I can fight anybody, especially if I'm on foot. Alright, let's pin this grain, because we want to pin food items. Starting with 1,000 gold, which isn't that much. Which is why I really need that tournament to be here. Please let the tournament be here. I hope I didn't jinx it. Uh-oh. And would you look at that? We start the campaign right next to a group of bandits that are probably going to get me. Alright, we need to run to... Oh, okay, there is a tournament. Oh my god, I need to play on slow speed. We need to get to Lannisport safely. Oh my god, oh my god, there's... Ooh! Oh, there's Tywin Lannister riding out. Right here. Anyway, my heart is beating like a million times a minute right now. Okay, get inside the town. That was close. We would have been screwed, but I'm really happy. Silver lining, there is a tournament going on, and that'll be a great way to start the campaign. Let's hire a bunch of men. And it'll be interesting to see who's competing in this tournament, because the first time I did this, some interesting characters were taking part in the tournament. Maybe they'll take part in this one. Alright, let's join the tournament. Even though I have no gear and nothing, like, I have to really try hard. The prize is a banner. I probably won't use it, but if I sell it, we could get a lot of money. So not only the winnings from the tournament, but selling the prize will give us a decent amount of money. Alright, we just need to win this. I'm really nervous. Like, genuinely. Alright, let's see. Yep, here he is. Jaime Lannister. He's on the other team. We need to win. If we win this, we eliminate him immediately. Andrew Farman, Griffin Rosby, Daemon Marbrand, Adam Marbrand. Babono of Vice Dioff? Who the hell are you? So a lot of named characters, not many generic soldiers. So this is going to be pretty tough. But I think we can do it. We're going to bet on ourselves. So we want to make as much money as possible. You need to be aware of the cavalry guys. I don't have a shield. Zigzag. What? what Rickon didn't do in 7th season when Ramsay was shooting at him. He could just move to the side. He could have lived.
I'll split your skull.
I hope that wasn't my character. I should have an English accent. Oh, wow, they both missed.
Die, you pig!
There's no shields for me to. There's no shields on the ground for me to use. All right, we can get that horse though. Oh no, there is a shield over there. Okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Piss off. How do I get off? I forgot. Oh my god, brain fart. Oh my god. Alright, screw it. Alright, it's 3v1. Alright, we didn't have to worry about it. Thank you. Alright, so Jaime Lannister defeated by a nobody off the street. Okay, it's 1-on-1 now. We should get this as long as I'm careful. If I have to kill his horse from under him and get him on foot, give me the advantage, I'll do that. I'm sorry, horsey. I don't have anything against you, but I want to win this tournament. Now, he is a threat. He has the proper weapon to counter me. He lost his speed, so we should do this. Alright, not bad. Not bad for a noob. Oh my god, I think my guy does have an American accent. Crap, did I not mess with the voice? I thought I did that. Whatever, it's not something important that we need to worry about right now. Alright, my polearm is half decent. There we go. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, Andrew Farman. Yep, it is an American accent. I'm pissed. I don't think you can change. Or maybe you can change, I don't know. Got more important things to worry about than my voice. There we go. We just won our tournament. That banner should be worth a lot. And I'm a complete dum-dum. I totally forgot to allocate the points that we got. Wow, I'm not doing really well with this, but we still won the tournament without having any of these things. Alright, I'm just going to quickly do these because I know which ones I'm going to choose. I'm forgetting things. I was too worried about those bandits getting me right at the beginning that I just lost track of everything else because I was so worried. Alright, Day Traveler. We have 2 attribute points. One's going into Endurance. One is going into Social. And then 6 focus points. Let's get Polearm up to 5. Let's get Two-Handed to 2. Let's get Tactics up to 1. Leadership up to 1. Charm up to 1. And... One-Handed up to 3. Okay, that was everything. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Great start. And then let me see if I can... Where's the, I can mess with it. Thank you.
Footman!
Thank you so much, game.
Back to back!
Alright, there we go. I need to have an English accent. I cannot have an American accent. That pulls me out of Game of Thrones. If there was an American in Game of Thrones, I would immediately notice and hate it. Okay, let's do some trading. Let's get ourselves a horse, and let's get ourselves equipped. The Banner of the Night. Increased charge damage, 30%. That's actually really, really good, but I value the money right now than this bonus. So we're going to sell that. Giving us 10k. A Western Courser is really expensive, but I could afford to treat myself to a nice horse, I guess. We should have plenty of money left over to buy our equipment. Alright, I need a saddle. Alright, let's get those bought. We have 5,000 left. Let's get a relatively cheap shield. It doesn't need to be super expensive, but it doesn't need to be big because I'm a big guy and I need a lot of coverage. So something about that size, but maybe not that one. Nope, too small. 716? That's pretty cheap, and that's exactly what I want, pretty much. Okay, we'll take that. I want to get a helmet. Not much in the way of armor and stuff. They don't have any gloves or anything. Let's get some decent armor to start, and then we'll sell that. And then let's get shoulder protection. So we're not amazing, but we're at least armored up a little bit. And I do have money left over. We're still gonna have more money than when we started the campaign with 1,000. So there we go. Still nobody to recruit. Jaime's in the tavern. Let's talk to Jaime. And Tyrion's here too. Let's go. Of course Tyrion's in the tavern. Let's go meet him. Let's go meet the brothers. Like a couple of my favorite characters in the whole show. I like both of them. Because Jaime started the show as like a dick and you didn't really like him, but then he grew. He really did grow as a character. I thought he had a nice arc. Same with Tyrion. Alright, where are you guys? A man of his stature. Where is he? Tyrion must be upstairs. Alright, here's Jaime. We are a lot taller than him. And he's not as handsome as I remember him being.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your name?
My name is Robert, sir. Tell me about yourself. Oh, why, of course. I'm surprised you don't recognize the infamous Kingslayer. I'm Sir Jaime of House Lannister. I put my sword in the back of the king I was sworn to protect, thus earning the title. Although I'm an oathbreaker and murderer, not to mention my other atrocities, stabbing the Mad King was probably the most selfless act I ever committed. He would have set ablaze the entire realm. I'm not judging you, we all have a past. My father only cares about his legacy, and my sister is screwing the whole Kingsguard. I've had enough I've had enough the games they play in King's Landing. From this day forth, I'm just Jaime. I don't remember in the show Cersei sleeping around a lot. Maybe this is more book lore. Maybe this mod is more book accurate. I don't know. But Cersei wasn't promiscuous. Alright, we met Jaime. Right now, I'm in between jobs, so if you have any work, I'm willing to discuss it. Alright, let's see how expensive it would be to hire the Kingslayer into my party. 161,377. I can't afford that. But I do like that you can bring named characters and famous characters into your party. That's really cool. In fact, speaking of characters, I wanted to mention this. There is one character that I definitely want to get into my party. Samwell Tarly. We haven't met him yet, but I'm willing to bet that his character, because I don't even know, I never met him even when I tested this. I'm willing to bet he has a really good medicine skill and he would be a badass surgeon. Samwell Tarly. We can get Sam into our party. I have to learn about him first to meet him, but this is an example of a character that I really want to bring into my party because he would be a badass surgeon. He cured Jorah Mormont of freaking grayscale. So yeah, during our travels, we'll come across plenty of famous characters, and we'll get to meet them all, or most of them. Like, I want to meet Varys, and I'm glad that we're gonna meet Tyrion. Hey, he's not that short. And wait a minute, why is he wearing the Hands of the Queen symbol? He's not the Hands of the Queen right now, in terms of timeline. Hey! Whatever, he still looks cool. Alright, let's meet Tyrion.
Well now, stranger. Peace to you. What is your name?
My name is Robert, sir. Why the googly eyes? You never saw a dwarf before? I think they spelled dwarf wrong just then. I'm Tyrion of House Lannister. I saved all of King's Landing at the Battle of the Blackwater. What? Alright, the timeline is way out of whack, but I'm pretty sure this is taking place during the War of the Five Kings. Yeah, so things are a little out of whack, but whatever. Let's ignore it. Alright, he saved King's Landing at the Battle of Blackwater, which hasn't happened yet. And what thanks did I get? A demotion in a hole where my nose used to be. Oh yeah, he's supposed to have his scar. He doesn't have his scar. I drink and know more than ever these days. Slurp. Alright, it's supposed to say, I drink and know things. We're not going to insult him. I'm not insulting Tyrion. I like Tyrion. I do need some new armor. Can you ship me out a few golden dragons? You seem to be a clever guy. You'll figure it out. Now, if you would excuse me. You could say, perhaps, that I'm between jobs. He's between jobs, too. What do you mean he's between jobs? He's apparently the Hand of the Queen. Alright, how much do we hire him? Wow, he's more expensive than his brother. 225,000. What are his skills like? He's got 200 charm. Of course he does. 150 leadership. He's a good steward. He's lacking in the combat skills, which is to be expected. But we didn't look at his brother. We didn't look at Jaime. I want to see what his skills are like. I mean, I'm not going to hire him. I can't afford him. But yeah, his combat skills are ridiculous. He's got 200 charm, too. So Jaime's better than his brother, and he's cheaper. How does that make any sense? Alright, so we met Tyrion. We met the Lannister brothers. We can check that off our bucket list. And Lannister always pays his debts. Alright, there's not much more I want to do here. I will ask the Tavern Keeper if there are any generic companions around. Not like named heroes, just generic ones. Ones that are going to be kind of cheap. Because I'm not going to wait until I have 100k gold to hire a named character and not have any companions up to that point. No way. I'm looking for somebody with specific skills. A quartermaster would be nice. Tyrion would be a good quartermaster? Damn it. Alright, how about somebody who's a good scout? Jaime Lannister. Alright, he's just gonna tell me Jaime and Tyrion constantly, probably. Alright, so that's useless. Alright, still no men we can hire. It's gonna be people like this, brigands like this, that we're gonna be able to fight relatively early. Because they're the weaker ones. These are the broken men. And they do have some numbers around here, so there's a lot of prey to hunt. But we have to be really careful because we're still not strong enough. We're still working on our skills. I mean, we did get our horse, so we improved our odds a lot more, but I still want to be careful. I don't want to get captured in the first episode, you know? So we're going to be really careful, and we're going to travel steadily. That's too big. Let's go to Lonely Slow. Let's get some more men. Let's try to get a full party. Did he just take all the men from here? Nope, there's one right here. Oh. If they come after us, that means they think they'll win. That means the balance of power is in their favor. Yep, they think they could win. They probably could. We'll just keep looking for men, staying in the area, bouncing around to the different villages, and just trying to grow our party. If we come across a party I think we can win against, I'll attack them. Here's Kevin. Isn't this, Uncle Kevin? Jaime's uncle? Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, we forgot to get food. Let's go back to Lannisport. We need to stock up on food. We have none. And the game's gonna yell at me in a second that the men are starving. There's a lot of grain here, which means it's gonna be really, really cheap. So let's get a decent amount. I can't carry too much. I need pack animals to boost my party inventory. That'll keep us fed for quite a while. The Greyjoys have a caravan going around. We need to be extra careful at night, because then our visual range drops and bandits can jump us easier. I hope he's not taking all the men from here. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I think the Westerland culture, their troop focus is cavalry. And I can't get cavalry, it's too expensive right now. Let's travel to Whoreson. Maybe they have some Whoresons that we can hire. Nope. We'll try to stay by other parties and use them to defend us. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we're talking. Now we can start thinking about getting involved in some battles. Now, having more men is going to slow my party down a little bit until I start getting more horses. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And here we go. See? This is what I mean. The timeline's all goofed up. How is Tyrion the Hand of the Queen when Ned Stark hasn't even been executed yet? So yeah, officially the timeline is right before the War of the Five Kings. So good old Ned Stark has just been executed for treason. The Lion and the Wolf are at each other's throats. Stannis and Renly Baratheon are calling their banners to claim. Yeah, say another the the Blackwater battle hasn't happened either. All right, the War of the Five Kings has begun. You've been thrust into this grim world of deceit and treachery. Amidst all the turmoil lies many opportunities to make a name for yourself. What path will you choose? Just remember, if you play the Game of Thrones, you will win or die. And there's his Ned Stark with the dumb look that he had on his face right before Ilan Payne snipped his neck. Okay, we have a full party size. I guess we can do some hunting now. Let's hunt some bandits. We'll try to make a quick buck or two by getting some loot, and maybe we can equip ourselves some more. I'm not going to get involved in that, because I'm not going to get any loot out of it. He's going to get all the loot from it. Our speed is 5.2, theirs is 4.9, so we will eventually catch up to them. We're going to try not to stray too far out of the Westerlands. We want to stay in the Westerlands.
We're just harmless
We're just harmless. Alright, let's do it. Oh, look at this. There's... That was Robert. That was Robert Baratheon.
Footman!
I'll let them come to us. And I'll harass them a little bit and do some damage before our forces engage. Let's take out these archers.
Die, you bastards!
Wow, how did you hit me? I was blocking. Now, I do have the dismemberment mod active, so maybe we'll cut some heads off. Let's try it. Nope. Having prisoners slows us down too, so we can't have too many prisoners. Let's upgrade our troops. Better foot protection. And that's it. We need to pin fish. We need to pin food items. And I did level up, so we'll do that. We'll do a focus point into athletics, I guess. Or maybe leadership. Yeah, these could be valuable. Let's do athletics. Okay, let's get back to Lannisport. We can't stray too far. See what I mean? The further away you get from major settlements, the more bandits there are. Not that I'm afraid of these two, but I'm just... That's why we're not straying too far from settlements. Okay, ransom our prisoners. Trade all of our stuff. Rinse and repeat, basically. Now, at some point, obviously this early game, we have to be really careful. We can't just travel everywhere that we want, but we will get to a point where I'll feel confident enough that we can start, you know, traveling Westeros and taking in the sights. Because I think since the War of the Five Kings just started, I want to see what happens. I want to see how things develop so I can decide what I'm going to do. What side I'm going to join, or whose banner I'm going to join, you know what I mean? Because if I declare myself to somebody right now and they just immediately start losing, let's just wait to see how things play out and we'll decide who we're gonna join. Which of the 5 kings that we're gonna support. Even though I'm a Westerman, I should be technically supporting the Lannisters, but I don't want to support Joffrey. I hate Joffrey. Not just his personality and the way he treated people. He was just an ugly... No offense to the actor. I mean, that's probably really mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but he's just an ugly... I don't know what Sansa saw in him. I think we can handle 15. I just don't want them to unite with another party.
We've got no quarrel with you.
Alright, an allied. Roland Crakehall just joined, because he was close by. Let's just send troops. I'm not gonna bother. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be another tournament in Lannisport at some point. 13 Woodland Brigands. I think they're better equipped than the Broken Men. And they don't think they could win, which is why they're running. So I think we can handle this. Yeah, they're better equipped, so we should get better equipment out of this. Better loot. They're primarily ranged. It's just a bunch of ranged troops. Alright, let's attack.
I'm in command! Troops! Forward!
I need to engage them because they can just stay at range and keep launching arrows, so we need to charge at them. They don't have shields, which is good. Uh-oh, 2 of my guys died. Hope you're not... No, we're fine. Come on, Robert Fairgrave. We need to prove ourselves on the battlefield here. If I keep recruiting Lannister troops, my men are not going to be wearing blue. They're all going to be wearing red. And that's fine. Alright, we'll take these prisoners. Let's upgrade the rest of our recruits. Focusing on infantry first before we do any ranged troops. Okay, my troops are getting more and more impressive, which is good, because I'm feeling safer and safer. Okay, some arm protection. Some food that I need to pin. And that's it. A decent amount to sell. Okay, we'll head back to Lannisport again. My polearm skill, get my next perk. Chance of dismounting enemy cavalry with a heavy hit. I think I'm going to go with that. Chance of knocking enemies back with thrust attacks made with polearms. Militia recruitment in the governed settlement. Yeah, let's do this one. Dismounting enemy cavalry with a heavy hit is pretty valuable. Oh, no. If I do this one, I have to be couching my spear. So if I'm couching my spear and I hit somebody, the chance of dismounting them is higher, whereas with this one, I don't have to have it couched. Alright, so we're doing this one. Good thing I read that. Alright, so far so good. We're surviving in this harsh world. We got some reinforcements, so we'll just send troops. Get some more men. Gained a level again. We're leveling up quite quickly here. Alright, a new focus point and a new attribute point. Alright, the focus point is going to go into leadership. And then the attribute point is going to go into social again. So I did buy one of the nicer horses. The next best one is like super expensive. The Mountain Destrier. Okay, so there's 1,000 right there. So we're just doing little sorties out of the cities. Taking out some bandits, going back, cashing in, all the while leveling up our skills, improving our soldiers in our party. Dogtown. Okay, we're starting to leave the Westerlands now. Let's go back up. Like, I promise, as much as I would love to just start gallivanting across Westeros, that would be super... Like, I'm telling you, we would get caught by a band of raiders that I couldn't handle, and then we would just immediately get imprisoned. And I don't want any of that to happen, so I'm being super careful here. I think I'm making all the right decisions for now. Alright, let's go up to Case. I don't know why I'm traveling along the road itself. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. I guess we could look in Casterly Rock. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Even that's cooler than what we've got right here. But this is more along the lines of what the castle looks like in CK3. I like this. Anyway, it's not going to look like this when we actually visit the castle, which is kind of a bummer, but I just want to prove it to you. Let's take a walk around the castle. So, not all the settlements are going to look exactly like how they look on the map, but I'm hoping that the major settlements do. Like, for example, in Old Town, if I visit the city of Old Town, there better be a freaking citadel in the middle of the city. But, yeah, this doesn't look like Casterly Rock at all. Well, I guess maybe. It is a pretty big castle. It's made up of multiple sections. There's an independent bailey right here, and the main castle's over there. I'm gonna go take a look. So for the most part, I feel like they're just gonna look like the castles in Bannerlord. Look at all these Lannisters sitting around doing nothing. So, I mean, cool looking. Don't get me wrong. Really, really cool looking. But that's not what I was expecting when we visited Casterly Rock. But I do like the castle. I like it. I like the hoardings on the walls and stuff. But as we travel through Westeros, we'll visit and we'll go inside all the cities and we'll judge them. Like, if I go to King's Landing, the Red Keep better be there, you know? Alright, let's go to Case. How are we doing on time? I'm about to hit an hour in terms of what I'm looking at on OBS, so we're doing alright. Oh, there's a tournament here. Hell yes. What's the prize? A helmet. Is it a Lannister-themed helmet? Oh, there's Robert Baratheon again. Who is he fighting, Rhaegar? No, it's not a Lannister-themed one, but it looks pretty cool. Oh my god, look! The Hound! We're not in his elimination. He might get eliminated, but look, he's wearing his cool helmet and everything. Oh my god, I hope we see him. Alright, let's do it. We will bet on ourselves, because I feel confident about this. We've got better equipment this time. We've improved our skills a bit this time. We definitely want to prioritize that guy with the polearm. Because that's a one-hit... Oh my god, did you see that? That weapon is like a one-hit kill.
Die, filth!
This might be a good anti-cavalry weapon. Wow, I whiffed that one. Oh my god, the Hound moved on, he advanced. He's in the other team, he's on the other team. Alright, one of the Clegane brothers, the cooler one. Let's check out his armor. Oh, he's mounted. Look at his armor. That's so cool. It's confusing, even though he's on the red team. If they're wearing Lannister armor, I can't tell what team they're on unless I look at the little thing above their head. Alright, the Hound has been eliminated. The only named character left is us and Sir Adrian Fairwood. I like his last name. It's not Fairgrave, but it's Fairwood. And we won't get our last name until we get to a certain clan tier. But we're not there yet. Alright, this is going to be a matter of luck. Or not. Come here, dumbass. Lannister. If this guy wins, I'm gonna scream. Nope, we're good. So a bunch of money because we bet on every round. I could sell the helmet if it's worth a lot, but I think I'm going to equip it. We'll keep trying to equip ourselves. We'll prioritize that over money. Because we're doing fine with money. We're doing just fine with money. Okay, my first one-handed. Okay, wrapped handles, 20% handling with one-handed weapons. Athletics, combat movement speed or hit points. Definitely movement speed. Can't recruit any more troops. I'm full up with my party. But let's equip that helmet. How much is it worth? 6,000? Oh, I can't even use it. I need athletics 100. Alright, so that makes it easy. I can't even use it, so I might as well just sell it. Back up to 11k. I can afford to upgrade some of my troops now. If my party's going to be really small, we might as well have the best troops that we can. Oh no, we have some prisoners. I can't upgrade anything. You know what? Let's visit our capital. I don't think there's a lot of bandits between here and there, and we can actually travel by sea in this one. This isn't war sales yet. Which I can't wait for, by the way. War sales is going to be cool. Naval battles. Alright, this is our capital. This is the capital that we had in CK3. Let's visit it. Maybe I'll marry a member, or a... I don't know. I can marry a farman, because I think those are the people that are ruling this. So this is it. This is our capital. Bear Castle. The castle's pretty cool looking. And we already know what the insides of these castles look like. The only ones that I want to see the inside of, the only throne rooms that I want to see are obviously the Red Keep. I wouldn't mind seeing the throne room in the Eyrie. The ones that we see in the show, like the throne rooms that we see. Winterfell as well. Because I want to see if they modeled those too. Alright, we visited our homeland. Let's go back. Pass by Horson. Alright, the next major settlement, because these are kind of isolated, Lannisport and Case are really isolated from the rest. Like, the rest are right on top of each other, all these major settlements, all the towns. Like, there's a big concentration of them right here, whereas these are very far away from everything else. See what I mean? So we have to be careful of these kind of dead zones. There are castles smattered about, of course, but the towns are where the trade is. The town is where the money is. The towns are where the tournaments are, you know? Ooh, let's go to Highgarden. That's not too far. And I think I'm strong enough to stray away from the nest a little bit. Let's go to Highgarden. Maybe there's a tournament there. We can visit the Tyrells. Oh yeah, by the way, I started watching Game of Thrones again. I started over from Season 1. Because I wanted to get in the mood for this series, so I'm starting to watch Game of Thrones again. In fact, I'm like right at the end of the first season, which is right when this is supposed to start, so... Alright, we'll chase this moron to Highgarden. Or maybe not. Alright, we got this guy pinned. Oh no, we got this guy pinned. I can't make up my mind. I just want to chase them in the direction of where we're going.
Back off, stranger.
Fat chance.
I'm in command.
Yes, we know you're in command. Okay, so my men are getting a little bit better equipped. Yeah, see what I mean? They changed from the blue outfit, my colors, to the Lannister red. So maybe I should just make my background red. It doesn't matter. We can make those kind of decisions at a later date. Let me know in the comments. I wanted the color to be the one that I started for my CK3 campaign. Alright, I guess we'll let them come to us. Let's get on the high ground.
Come on, boy.
I'll invest in javelins soon, so I have some kind of throwing weapon to use at the beginning of battles. I just haven't done that yet. I need to be careful because they have spears. They have the perfect anti-cavalry weapons.
I'll tear your limbs.
I can't wait till our riding skill is amazing and we're riding around the battlefield at like Mach 10. Alright, men, just attack. We got them. We outpower them. Still no dismemberments. We haven't dismembered anybody yet. I'm going to keep prioritizing infantry over archers or cavalry or anything. Let's just get a bunch of infantry. Alright, better foot protection. By small increments, we're improving our armor. Alright, now we have some stuff to sell. I think we're going to wrap it up soon, guys. How about we get to Highgarden, and then we'll take a walk around Highgarden, admire it. Maybe there's a tournament. If there is a tournament, we'll do it. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, and my party's starving already. Good thing that this village sells grain at a pretty cheap price. That'll last us for 2 weeks. It's plenty of time. Woodland Brigands. There's a hideout right here. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. I just gained another level. I'm kicking ass. Alright, focus point. One-handed. Let's get this up to 5. Alright, hold on. Is there a tournament going on here? We're not close enough to see. There isn't. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's visit Highgarden. I've never seen Highgarden before. I didn't play this far into it. So let's visit it. I hope it doesn't look like a generic castle from Bannerlord. Now there's a different troop type here, the Reach. So if we wanted to start getting Reach-themed soldiers, we can do this. So this is what their armor looks like when they start getting up to the highest level. It's kind of cool, I guess. Maybe there's plate underneath this, because that's maybe what these studs are for. Maybe there's plate underneath. I don't know. I won't hire any of them because we don't need them. So when my guys get fully decked out and they're fully leveled up, this is their armor set. So just a set of Lannister armor, which is pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of their helmets, to be completely honest. Not so much like the design of the helmet, it's just the eye thing. I think they could have done something different with this. But whatever, that's the Lannisters. Oh, there is a tournament right now. Did this just happen? Alright, let's do it. How about we take a walk through town to get to the arena so we can do the tournament? Alright, this better look badass, because this is a major settlement, man. This is frickin' Highgarden. I think which is another city that we really didn't get to see much of. I think there was like 1 or 2 scenes of Highgarden from a distance, and you didn't really get to look inside of it in the show. Yeah, it's just another generic castle. That's kind of a bummer. He's wearing reach armor. Oh yeah, the flower helmets. Ooh, I like the reflection on the armor. That looks really good. Too bad my reflection isn't there. You can't see me. But that's really cool. So yeah, I guess Highgarden is a generic imperial city. Damn it. So that doesn't give me any confidence. If we visit Old Town, I don't think we're going to see the Citadel. I think it's only on the map, guys. Like, nothing against the modders. I'm sure it's a lot of hard work to do that, and I appreciate that it's a lot of hard work to do that, but still, I think I'm allowed to be a little bummed about that. But, I mean, I still like the settlements. I love the Bannerlord settlements. But I thought we were going to get some extra flavor. So, I said I was going to walk through the town, but that was only if it looked, like, really cool. Let's just go straight to the arena. Tarly bracers with gloves. Alright, any named characters? Any famous characters taking part in this? Is Sam taking part in this? Mega Tyrell? As opposed to Ultra Tyrell? Oh, Loras is here. Knight of the Flowers. So Loras Tyrell, also known as the Knight of the Flowers, is a knight from the House Tyrell and the third son of Lord Mace Tyrell of Highgarden and his wife, Lady Allery Hightower. He's a highly skilled knight and jouster. His tournament successes, dazzling good looks, and ostentatious showmanship has made him a celebrated figure in the courts of the Seven Kingdoms. He's currently serving as Renly Baratheon's Lord Commander of the Rainbow Guard. Alright, in the show, he wins a joust. At least in the first season, he wins a joust against the frickin' mountain. So, he is a good tournament guy. Wow, this prize is worth 10,000. If I can't wear this, which I don't think I can, because I don't think my athletics is at 50. But if we sell that, we'll get a bunch of gold. Alright, let's bet. Alright, we're on Loras' team. Tell me, Lord Renly, when will you be having your friend? We're still on his team. Is it going to be that it's going to be me and him in the end? Because he's constantly going to be on my team.
No!
Here we go. Me against Loris. Are you serious? Why couldn't you just give me a frickin'... Oh, no, that wasn't him. We just fought a Reach House Guard. Oh, yeah, now it is. Now it is. I told you that was gonna happen. Alright, the Knight of the Flower. And again, we have the frickin'... Wow, look at his armor. He's pimped out. Wow, Knight of the Flowers. I am not impressed. Alright, let's see if we can wear these. If not, we'll sell them. And then we'll wrap it up, guys. Do I have any prisoners? Yes, I do. We'll get rid of those. Alright, let's see. Nope, I can't use them yet. What's my athletic skill? 36. Yeah, we still have a bit to go. I was thinking maybe I should just hold on to them, and when I do get athletics 50, I can use them. But I'm sure by then, we'll have another amazing pair of gloves that we can use. I'm going to sell them. I value money right now. Let's keep saving up money. And let's sell the rest of our crap. Alright, never mind. We didn't get that much money from it. It makes sense that grain... There's a bunch of grain here because the Reach is the most fertile part of Westeros. It's where a lot of the food comes from. Alright, well, we'll take some grain. Not a crazy amount. 20 days worth? It's plenty. Let's check the tavern. There's nobody important here. But I'm going to ask the tavern keeper if there are any generic, non-named characters around. Maybe I can get a quartermaster. Braun of the Blackwater? Sounds like the kind of person who might be interested. He's headed for Tumbleton. Alright, not a bad recreation of him. He's cruel, he's devious, and he's close-fisted. He's mainly a warrior. He would make a decent scout. Where's Tumbleton? I don't think I'd be able to afford him anyway. It's probably going to be way too expensive. I hope that we can't only hire named characters. I'm hoping there are generic characters around that we can hire. Alright, where is Tumbleton? That's kind of far away. Old Town is so close. You know what, guys? We're going to Old Town. I want to confirm whether or not we can see the Citadel, and then that's where we'll end it. I promise. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to travel on the road itself. I don't have to. I just want to. Alright, we might be able to deal with them. We just don't want them to unite. Yeah, let's do it. Because we're about
We've
to
got
hit...
no quarrel with you.
We're about to hit Old Town, and we can sell a bunch of stuff when we get there. So let's do another battle. I keep dragging this out, but I'm having fun, okay? I'm having fun, so I want to keep playing. But I just don't want this to be a super long video.
Hear me! Get moving! Yeah!
Ooh, ugly ground. Alright,
Everyone men, hear me! Move out!
come back here.
Onwards!
You know, I should
Warriors!
come up here.
Forward infantry!
We'll distract him a little bit. Yeah, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Yeah, my guy is so slow on the draw with his spear.
Warriors! Attack!
These guys have a lot of spears. Maybe we'll get a better spear after this. Cut a head off. Come on. There we go. And there goes another head. Alright, so 2 heads. I guess we have a decent amount of money. Let's just upgrade everything that we can. I'm still not interested in getting any ranged troops, at least not yet. Maybe once we get our party size up to a larger amount. Alright, so we got a bunch of stuff. Is this a better spear? It is. It's slower, but I like that it's longer, because the longer the spear, the more effective it is from horseback. Oh, this one's even better. And that's it. Nothing else. Alright, we got a better spear. Perfect. And a decent amount of stuff to sell. Alright, our next riding perk. Carrying capacity for pack animals. Or party speed from footmen on horses. Deeper sacks. You know what? I think I did this in my last Bannerlord series. I don't think I went with the deeper sacks, because if you want to improve your carrying capacity, you could just get more horses. Just get another horse. Trade penalty for mounts. 30% party speed bonus from footmen on horses. Yeah, party movement speed is good. 10% melee damage bonus from speed to mounted troops in your formation. Alright, yeah, we'll do this. Alright, let's get to Old Town, and let's see the non-existent citadel. But actually, funnily enough, the Old Town sigil, the sigil for Old Town, is kind of what I wanted for my symbol, for my sigil. Because that's roughly what it was in my CK3 series. Alright, no tournaments going on. Alright, let's disappoint ourselves. Tormund. Get a nice long look at him. Yeah, no citadel. This is definitely not Old Town. Oh well. Still a cool looking village though. I think that's a Valandian themed one. Alrighty, lords and ladies, we're ending it here. We're ending it in Old Town. I didn't think we'd get this far. I thought we'd still be stuck in the Westerlands. But we're kind of making the rounds. We visited High Garden, and we're kind of disappointed. And then we visited Old Town, and kind of disappointed. But still, at least they look good on the map. I don't need this pinned anymore. Alright, so we've traveled quite a distance from our starting location. Planky Town, Sunspear. So it's it'll be interesting to decide what we're gonna do next. I guess we could go into Dorne, maybe. I don't know. I'm just traveling for the sake of it. And the War of the Five Kings just got underway. We really just want to focus on ourselves, mostly. We want to keep boosting our level, keep leveling up, and we want to get our clan level, our clan tier up to 1. Once I get it up to 1, I'm eligible to be a mercenary. I can get another companion, and it boosts my party size. So yeah, we want to keep boosting our clan tier. And then we want to get to the point where we get our name, so people will address us as Robert Fairgrave and not just Robert. Like, but we need to get our clan tier up higher. But we're off to a really great start. We've been leveling up. We won a bunch of tournaments with a lot of famous characters in it, and we kicked their ass. Loras Tyrell, the Hound, Jaime Lannister. So, we've been doing really, really well. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you are here for the long haul. This is going to be a super fun series. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're going to have a bunch of fun traveling around Westeros and Essos and watching how the conflict plays out and then deciding who we're going to join. Because maybe we'll decide to join the Targaryens. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. I really don't want to join Joffrey. I don't want to join Joffrey. I don't think I want to join Stannis Baratheon either. And then Robb Stark is a complete moron, because I don't want to join him either. Anyway, we'll decide. We'll make those decisions as they come. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Leave whatever comment you want. I'm really interested in your feedback. What you think of the series, what you think I should do, how do you think we should proceed, and especially people who have played this mod before, if you have any tips for me. It's better that I learned them earlier as opposed to later, so I can not make mistakes. You know what I mean? But I'm really honestly looking forward to this campaign, and I think we're off to a great start, and I'm having a bunch of fun, which is a really good sign. But I hope you guys are as well. If you are having fun, leave comments, hit that like button, all that good stuff. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you subscribe, especially since I'm doing this new series. I think you're going to want to be here for every single episode, because I think it's going to be fun. So I hope to see you guys there. Again, let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 2 of my series, which is yet unnamed. Maybe I'll come up with a name for it, but episode 2 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.